Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news. Word on the street is that the Buffalo Bills are once again in the middle of a major potential move that could reshape the AFC East, and honestly, the entire conference. Rumors are swirling that the Bills might be making a bold push to bolster their secondary, specifically by acquiring Xavier McKinney from the Green Bay Packers. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Wait, the Packers? Well, it's true. According to multiple sources, Green Bay is motivated to make moves that free up cap space, especially with some big extensions on the horizon like Watson's, which could hit the team with around $23 million in cap hits. They're also looking to improve their pass rush, ranking just 19th in EPA per pass, and that's a problem for a team that still has playoff aspirations. So trading McKinney, who's been a pretty versatile and ball-hawking safety, makes sense for them. For the Bills, this move could be a game changer. Buffalo, sitting at 6-3 and currently leading the AFC East after the trade deadline, has struggled a bit on defense, especially in the secondary. With Kaiir Elam out due to a neck injury and on IR, the Bills are in desperate need of a playmaking safety that can elevate their pass coverage and generate turnovers. Xavier McKinney, who's only 26, has been an elite tackler and a real threat in coverage, boasting a career 20 interceptions and over 370 tackles. He's not just a ball hawk, but also a smart player with a PFF grade of 76. 4 in his career, and he's been particularly dangerous in recent weeks, tallying 2 interceptions in Week 7 and recording a total of 4 picks in a season where he's been a key piece in the Giants' defense. Plus, his ability to read the quarterback and make plays on the ball mirrors some of the best safeties in the league, like Minkah Fitzpatrick, who's been a game-changer for the Steelers. Now, let's talk about what McKinney could bring to Buffalo. The Bills have been decent but not elite in coverage this season, ranking around 14th in EPA against the pass, and that's with Elam potentially missing some time. Adding McKinney would give them an immediate boost, an extra 20% in coverage EPA, which could elevate them into the top 6 in the league. Imagine that, a secondary that's capable of consistently forcing turnovers and turning the tide of games. The Bills' defense has been aggressive but somewhat inconsistent, especially in crunch time, but with McKinney's ball instincts and his knack for making big plays, they'd be much more formidable. They could see an increase of around 4 additional turnovers per game, which could be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. And let's not forget how this impacts their overall team strategy. The Bills are already known for their aggressive zone coverage and their ability to generate sacks, especially with the rotation of Jordan Poyer, who creates mismatches against the run and pass. Adding McKinney would allow them to be even more creative with their coverages, especially in late-game situations where turnovers are crucial. It would also give them more flexibility in blitz packages, potentially increasing their sack rate from around 35% to over 41%, which is huge when facing high-powered offenses in the AFC like the Dolphins and the Jets. The Dolphins, in particular, are a threat with their explosive receiving core, and having a safety like McKinney, who's shown he can defend deep routes and jump slant patterns, would be a massive advantage. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could also impact the Bills' Super Bowl odds. Currently, they sit at around +50, but with McKinney boosting their defense and adding that extra playmaking element, their odds could shorten significantly to around +2,800. That's a big jump, especially considering how crucial the playoffs are for a team that's been knocking on the door for years. McKinney's ability to generate turnovers in big moments, he's been averaging over 13 pass deflections per season, could be the X factor that lifts the Bills into the elite echelon. Think about the parallels with Earl Thomas during his prime Seahawks days, where the safety's instincts created chaos for offenses, and that's exactly what the Bills need to push past the divisional rivals and into deep playoff contention. Now, let's look at how the Packers are approaching this. They're motivated because they need to free up cap space, around $14 million, by moving McKinney, and they're also trying to bolster their pass rush, which has been underwhelming. Green Bay is betting on the fact that losing McKinney won't hurt their playoff chances in the short term, especially if they can plug some of those gaps with other draft picks or free agents. But this move could come with some risk for Green Bay, especially if McKinney makes a big impact elsewhere, like in Buffalo. From the Bills' perspective, this isn't just about boosting their secondary, it's about making a statement. They're already a team with a potent offense led by Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, but their defense has been a little inconsistent, particularly in clutch moments. Adding a player of McKinney's caliber could turn their defense into a true strength, especially since they're already ranked around 14th in defending the run and have a solid rotation with Poyer. A safety like McKinney, who can play both the deep ball and come up and run support, would complement their existing pieces and allow them to be more aggressive both in coverage and in blitzing schemes. What's more, this move could have ripple effects across the AFC East and the conference as a whole. The Dolphins, who are known for their high-octane offense, could see their matchups with the Bills become even more intense if Buffalo's secondary gets an upgrade. The Jets, with their solid defense and quarterback questions, could face even more pressure if the Bills start turning their defense into a turnover machine late in the season. It's about establishing dominance and making sure that Buffalo stays ahead in the division and beyond. Overall, this potential trade is one of those moves that could define the trajectory of the Bills' season. It's about adding a proven playmaker in the secondary, a guy who's shown he can thrive under pressure and make game-changing plays. And in a league where turnovers often decide playoff fates, bringing in someone like McKinney could be just what the Bills need to finally get over the hump and make a deep run towards Super Bowl glory. So fans, keep your eyes peeled. If this trade goes through, it's not just a roster boost. It's a statement that the Bills are serious about competing at the highest level and making a real push for that elusive championship. Imagine the energy in the Bills Mafia when they see McKinney in blue and red, roaming the back end and creating chaos for opposing offenses. It's a move that could energize the team, excite the fan base, and maybe, just maybe, put Buffalo back where it belongs, at the top of the AFC and chasing another Super Bowl. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you believe adding Xavier McKinney would push the Bills over the edge? Are you excited about the defensive upgrade, or do you think the team should focus elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Bills organization. Remember, this season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting yet, and every little move counts in the quest for that Lombardi trophy. I'll be back soon with more updates and analysis. So stay tuned, keep the faith, and let's keep supporting our Bills all the way to the Super Bowl.